we go. Bam. What's up, everybody? How was your week? Oh, hopefully everybody's week was pretty good. Mine was exhausting. I am so glad the week's over. I honestly, it was so exhausting. I kept forgetting that it is the weekend coming up, and the weekend isn't already over. So honestly, I was kind of
So serious.
at that position where I'm like, oh, it's Monday tomorrow, or I kept thinking it was Monday today.
Dude, oh my gosh, like I'm about to trip out. Although for me, it's about the time where I am going to start back up again. So I gotta mentally prepare myself to start going back. I mean, working for the school is nice, but you get a little too used to not having to work throughout the summer.
Yeah, you had how long off?
It wasn't as long as it felt like. It was 2 months, realistically.
Still a long time. That's still a long time.
June and July. Yeah. But I got a lot of other stuff done. I got to like work on some things, but a lot of my time was spent like being able to like help with like summer events, community center and other things like that. So it's cool. It's cool. I like having that freedom to be able to diversify what I do.
Nice. Banana, what's going on? Glad you had a good week. How did the job interview go? Do you think you did well? I'm probably too close to get a call back yet, but congratulations in advance. Sure. So good luck with that one. But yeah, probably I don't even know what I was gonna say. My brain just like cut out there. But yeah, congratulations. You think you did amazing. Fantastic. Well, looking forward to the confirmation that you got the job. Let's see. I have one big update. I don't know. Actually, you know what? What I should do is I should at least post a picture for the subs first before I announce it, and then at least the subscribers will have the update. Because I gotta make being a subscriber kind of worth it. Sure. Let me get Banana's second here.
Oh, very nice. Hooking up second. We love it.
Boom. Go, racking up them points. No, that
points for games.
Get you the points. Bam. There you go. Racking up. High points. So high points are basically our stream currency. So you get them just for watching. You can do exclamation point exclamation point leaderboard to see the whole leaderboard, or exclamation point points to see your current ranking. And essentially, it's kind of like a game currency or a stream currency. We're actually going to be using it here coming up on a future stream for a giveaway that we're going to be doing. So it'll be used for things like predictions, raffles, giveaways, anything that we're doing. It's something that you can kind of spend. And so the longer you're around, the more you'll have to be able to spend. So it's just one of the other things. So XP is basically the channel points that you're used to, the redeemables inside chat. So looking inside chat, you can see like all the stuff that you can do there. These are just things you earn as you go. Yeah, it won't take you long to get to the top 10. I think there's really only like 5 or 6 people actively gaining them, and then everybody else got them like over a year ago. So yeah, you'll probably catch up if you hang out.
And you'll run with this, absolutely. And
just leaderboard should say how much you get.
High points are. That's what high points are to you guys. To me, they're a little bit different. Now, granted, I wish I could use these high points in high point, but I don't think that's exactly how they work.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a good point to make. I did mention a giveaway. So as one of the options for getting a raffle ticket or being able to participate in the giveaway, again, I don't know how I'm going to run it just yet. But I think we mentioned this before. We're going to be making a very customized or a custom lightsaber handle for the giveaway. It's going to be a custom one made by us. We've already rolled it. It's in the Discord if you want to see the roll tables that made it. But I've been tinkering with my own as kind of like a birthday gift to myself, and it's complete. It's 100%. It's done. I finished it, so that means I can now put all my effort into the giveaway one. I know Soul really wanted to see it, and Soul's gonna be really upset if they weren't here. and they were at a D&D session or something else, and not to see the great reveal of what I have here. It's fancy. It's fancy.
It's very cool. It's very cool. It's good shit. It's good shit. But,
Dana, have you seen the homemade lightsabers, like the Home Depot lightsabers? Because that's where we got the idea from.
Yeah, it's been going around like hard recently.
How do you get the live notification in Discord? That's a great question. It should be at the very top of in the chat. So in the channel list, at the very top, there should be a roles option, roles channel, and I believe that will allow you to see what you can do. It was also, I think it was also in the welcome, in like the onboarding. So again, one of those very top left in Discord should give you the option to select what you want. We have game notifications, announcement notifications, voting notifications, and live notifications. I believe those are the four that we have. I'd go look, but I can't because then that would ruin the camera. Okay, so
fair enough.
I don't know if you can confirm that, Kage, if that's where you can do that, but it should be all the way top left inside of our server.
Yes, channels and roles.
To go there, and then you should be able to click on channels and roles.
Yep, you can click on channels and roles, and then in here it says what notifications do you want to get on? Do you want to get pinged on? You have live notifications, you have voting polls, you have announcements, and you have game time.
Cool. So that's where you need to go. And then you can get those notifications, and then you'll get them every time we go live. Perfect. And then so let me get this posted to the sub channel real quick, and then we do have a sub only channel. If you subscribe, you automatically will see that in the Discord in the future.
Yep.
So let me go to that sub channel.
Where there it is. Oh, you putting it in there right now? Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them know that we're doing it, so it's kind of like a hype up, opportunity.
Very cool, very cool. Oh, where was it? My brain. I just had it in my head. No, it's gone. Rude.
So it's gonna be that picture.
Oh, you got the roll? Perfection. Ooh, why does that hurt? Hold on.
Boom. All right, there.
Nice.
I teased them with the behind the scenes pictures that I took while I was building it. So
there
we go. That's the big teaser. That's the teaser for them that they'll get for a few more minutes.
I knew you'd already done a little photo shoot of your whole gig. That's kind of clean. I love that.
Oh yeah, I was absolutely just making sure I had a bunch of photos as I was going for it. What are we doing today? We don't know yet. We might do an AMA where if y'all have questions and Kage has questions for me, then maybe we'll just talk about High Point. That's why I did High Point Histories as the title. But otherwise, I don't know. I don't know if you're set up to do games tonight. So I think we might just chat.
I can easily run on games. Yeah.
If we need to play games. We also, when we do games, occasionally we will, if we're feeling up for it, we'll do games with chat. And essentially what that is we do have, if you want to do exclamation point whitelist. Yes, exclamation point whitelist. If you play video games and you want to play games with us, you have to join the whitelist. It does require that you are in the Discord, which you already are. And then it just basically it's a quick rule set of knowing what you need to do, knowing what you need to know to play with us. Just basic rules, knowing what the protocol is and everything else like that, just so everyone's aware. And then that we can, if you violate anything, you're not surprised if we react. But yeah, as long as you're following us, as long as you're in the Discord, and as long as you agree to all the rules, you just give us your username on particular games, and then whenever we're playing games, we open up a queue in chat, and then people can just join, and we'll just cycle through people. Are you a member in good standing? You should be. I forget. How do I check
Absolutely.
that? I think we have the whitelist in the background somewhere, right? I forget.
Yes. Hold on. It's one of the. I gotta look it up real quick.
It's been a minute since I've had a look at it, but I think you do. You have access, or do I have access to having to?
I mean, I can always manually add people in there, but there should be a link that sends them to a form to fill out. It'll submit like their usernames, what games they want to play, things like that, and then it'll automatically add them to the whitelist so that we can see, hey, who's all a part of this.
And you can see who's on that, right? You have access to that whitelist.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I don't right now. I don't know why. I don't know where that is.
It's
oh, there. No, never mind.
It's in the shared drive. Yeah, it's in the shared drive. Yeah.
So let's see.
Yeah, I don't remember where it got put either.
All right. So right now I see.
Oh, why is it out here?
Did you put a bunch of these a bunch of fake ones?
Yeah, I was testing it out.
I was gonna say
initially.
I was like testing James, Mike, Frank. I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Who are these people?
No. Actually, I can actually get rid of that. So give me a second. I'll do that too.
Yeah, but everybody's considered a person in good standing until you're not. Put it that way. You're innocent until proven guilty.
If you're not, yeah, you'll know.
All right, so I teased them enough. If the subs aren't gonna come, it's on them.
Fair enough. There we go. Cool.
Oh, so I had so much fun.
You did. What, putting that together?
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah. No, it's a really cool project, especially because it's something you get to personalize pretty well. It's like, hey, this is me. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm putting together. Like that like running through that list in the first place. Soul did his list, but like going through all of those pieces and like saying like, hey, this is what I want this to like embody and to look like.
Right. I should actually pull mine up.
So
come to think about it.
When I went to Home Depot, I was looking around for what I was going to build now, because I told you I was kind of like not finding what I was looking for when it comes to what I actually wanted.
Right.
Now, I did find some things there that were really, really close to what I'm looking for. Now, the biggest problem is a lot of it wouldn't be like, it would feel like really simplistic, and I want to add more to it. So I'm trying to figure out like what all do I want to put on here. But like, dude, I could make some badass looking shit. And again, it would be fairly simple, but that's kind of the vibe. You know what I mean? So
right.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Let me I have a plan. It's just taking me a second. Not the only games we play. It's just currently the only games that we both that Kage and I both can play right now.
Yeah.
Crossplay. I have other games that I do play, and then I will occasionally do.
I do as well, but
chat. But those are the ones that are just like our go-to for the multiplayer. We've only started doing it like what, 2 months ago? The gaming with chat.
Yeah. 2-3 months. With chat, yeah, definitely 2 months ago. We've gamed together, like we played Fortnite on and off.
We've been gaming
to Rivals and
I was just trying to think of like when was the last time, like how long we've been doing the actual like with chat and everything.
Yeah, definitely very fresh.
Why am I going to Discord for it? I have the notes. I have the notes on my desk. I'm tripping. Where's my There it is. Okay, here we go. Boom. All right, so talking about the saber that I built, let's talk a little bit about the history and the idea behind it and what I chose. I didn't do the roll table. I used the same roll table that I posted in Discord, though I chose my options. I didn't.
You didn't roll on them. Yeah, valid.
Yeah, I didn't. I
Same for me.
All right, so for my alignment, I chose the rogue or independent. So this is going to be the scrappy, improvised, or culturally unique design. Now, the way that I chose to interpret that is both in the fact that I wasn't going to go the traditional lightsaber look, especially the traditional Home Depot lightsaber. So I did want it to make it look a little bit on the hobbled together side. But I also liked the improvised and culturally unique aspect. So being the fact that it also looks like potentially multiple sabers put together, like from a scrapyard. And it being another one that comes in later, but it also being a single-handed blade, like a single-handed handle, also makes it a little bit more unique. But I also have a little bit of color with the handle wrap that makes it part of the cultural. But the era was supposed to be the Dark Times, the Imperial/Dark Times. So this would give it the influence of something that's hidden, disguised, or salvaged. So again, it's going to look very hobbled together from other pieces. But there are two unique features that it holds. That's going to be part of the hidden and disguised. Now, the use of it is obviously going to be the spy or shadow covert operative, which is going to be perfect for this because one of its bonus features. So this is going to be, compact, concealable, or disguised as a mundane object. It's compact. We'll say that. I chose compact for that option. I didn't really choose a whole lot of it.
For sure.
Now, I did choose two-handed or a versatile grip, but like I said, it is a single-handed grip, so we'll get into that in a little bit. I did have the single blade classic or the single-sided classic lightsaber, but again, there is a twist due to the other nature of the aspects, but it is a standard single blade lightsaber. The pummel is a canonical pummel, great for being able to tap people in the face. But also has a second emitter out the bottom. That is one of the two special features, but it does come with the pummel. So the pummel does have a secondary emitter, and that's going to be for a light knife. It's only going to be for a tiny blade. It isn't a second lightsaber.
Yes.
It's only a small light knife. Perfect for cutting windows, getting into locks, or small little stacks in the back.
Oh yeah.
When you don't want to pull out the giant lightsaber, you can just So for my handle and grip, I chose a leather wrap. A loose, thick, rough leather wrap, but I also wanted some bare metal. So you'll see that and how that works out. The hilt body is layered or shrouded. You'll see exactly how that looks because it looks like it's been cobbled together by multiple pieces. The layered aspect as well, you'll see at the very end here. The emitter or chute, I wanted a claw or shroud. Like I wanted it shrouded in claw, but I wanted those claws to look helical, and I actually figured out how to do that. So I actually have them coming out as a helix, not the lightsaber, not like the light blade, but the claw.
Right.
The activation switch, I don't have those installed just yet. Those are imaginary currently, but I do have some ideas that I want to order, and then I might figure out how to affix them to it. But I don't have the activation switch, but it will be one up at the top and then one at the bottom.
Okay.
So I do have some special accessories, which we'll get into in a second, other than the secondary emitter. The characteristics, well, it's obviously going to be worn and have scuff marks. You'll see some of those here. And the tech level is traditional. So this is the proven Old Republic technology, reliable but heavy. So what's funny about that is canonically lightsabers are between 1 and 2 pounds. This thing comes in at a whopping 4.2. So this bad boy is a more compact and yet beefier version of a standard lightsaber.
That's so crazy.
But
Most people hold lighter with 2 hands. You hold heavier with 1.
Yeah. And then my color aesthetic, it is going to be multi-metal, multi-metallic with multiple color tones. And then we have the specialties of it. So I don't know, should I show it on this one or should I get small and show it on a side cam? Maybe I should try to...
Yeah, if well, that
Can I hold it? Yeah, I guess I can hold
be
it
like
here.
taking it as a setup.
Wait, let me move the couch here.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got my cam. That's easy.
Spoilers, no spoilers. All right, so where is the capture?
Spoilers.
I don't know, is it better here or is it better here? Because then I can do...
I like this one where we're like what do you call it? Yeah.
All right. So...
Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, boom. So we'll do it like that. All right, so we got the description, and so here is my final finished product of what I finally came up with. This is my lightsaber. I'm trying to figure out like a good way I can put it down. There we go. That's better. There. That is my lightsaber. It took me like 2 months to tinker with and build it, but there's the bottom. So as you can see, there's my... Technically, that is my secondary emitter, but it's also good for just pumping people in the face. There's my nice blue and brown leather-wrapped grip, which I absolutely love. Just finished that today. Perfect for me. Holds my hand in almost any position. And then, of course, one of my favorite parts, like I said, I wanted that helical claw shroud, so I got it. And then on here, I sharpened a couple of these, the black ones, and then I toasted them, so they have a little bit of blueness to
Toasty.
them.
Right.
So it is hollow, by the way, so I can actually, that's hollow all the way through, so I can actually load it up with some batteries and some electronics, possibly some wires, a battery, maybe some lights. So I will get a PVC that I could stick through here. I just haven't decided what color, and I already have a PVC with some O-rings that I can stick through here that represents the light knife.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So the idea is that I can essentially you know, I can be like this, but I can also turn it around. I can cut holes, you know, in windows. I could sit there and burn through like a lock or something. You know, easy way to kill someone without having to like pull out the whole entire lightsaber. So we kept talking about, there's another feature about this though. There is one feature about this that is my favorite. That is absolutely just hands down. Is this better? Is this one better right here? Oh, that's just I guess a different color. Like a different way to look at it. Because I had the green screen on this one. I feel like this one was better.
Well,
I feel like just
yeah,
because I like right next to it.
Yeah, I agree.
I also took the time to take off any of the markings on these pipes, so they look all scuffed up. I also engraved my name.
I think that was a really good touch. That was a really good touch.
I also engraved my name. So I got Vortex upside down there, and then I got Vortex right side up here. And then even under here, you can see scratched off all of that shit. This is one of my favorite features too, is that each of these bolts. So this one is just like the silver ones have just regular like metal O-rings or like metal washers. But I got these spiky washers for the black ones. So it just has
It's definitely is given the vibes of, hey, I was put together out of necessity with what I had available to me, And there's definitely like elements of consistency, but there's a lot that isn't, and I think that like all together like tells a very vivid story just by its appearance.
But there's still one more piece that we haven't talked about. So one of my favorite features of this thing is, so yeah, we talked about how scrappy and improvised. I think that's 100% true, right? Scrappy, improvised, definitely covert with the little blade being able to get through doors, get through windows, all of that. But what's hidden? What's so hidden about this? What is so crazy about this? Why is it so heavy? Well, let's say, I break into a place, I use my cutter, break into a place. I have to defend myself, fighting off some people. That's fine. But let's say I get in trouble and a real baddie shows up, right? Like a real, like let's say, a Jedi fighter or, Jedi master or, a Sith. Someone that I have to really take seriously. I'm probably not going to beat him with just a single-handed blade. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what I can do. So I'm thinking the added lore to this is that normally it's a short sword, like a short saber, but it can actually extend, which is normal in canon. But the way I have to extend it is not just by flicking a button and it gets bigger. If I have to defend myself against more than one person or someone extremely more skilled, and I can't take them just simply one-handed, one thing I love about my saber is that I get an extended hand.
This is giving me Inigo Montoya. This is giving me
I am not left-handed
vibes. Yes, so, yeah. It's like I'm out here fighting you with one hand with this one-handed saber and all this extra stuff, and then all of a sudden, boom, I got a whole nother element to me, and you can't play me, bro. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah, just being able to just pop that, and then let's go. Now just two-handed saber. Like, actually totally works. That it's like, I can pull too hard and I can pull it out, but it won't come out on its own. Like, this is a fully locked in system, and that's what I love about this thing. And then think about this, like when you're sitting here, I can also pop that one open at any time. Granted, you got to be careful about hitting yourself, but this almost becomes, a different type of weapon altogether. But this is exactly why.
Yeah.
This right here is why it's considered covert. Is because it is a full lightsaber, and I'm assuming that canonically what I'll say is when I extend it, the blade also extends a little bit.
I love that. Like, imagine it just goes from like short sword length straight to long sword length. Dude, that would be so wild.
Because at that point, everyone would just think, it's like, okay, all I gotta do is keep you at distance, and all of a sudden I'm just like, put your home, and then all of a sudden I have like, an extra foot, and I'm like, what are you talking about distance? Who wanted distance here? Let's go.
Where are you going, bro? Where are you going, bro?
And then it's like, once the fight's over,
so crazy.
And then boom, completely concealed, perfectly locked up, everything all within it. And yeah, this thing is just.
That's so clean, dude. That's so clean.
It's a little stuck, but that's all that is, and then it just completely hides right inside the hilt. That's why it's so fucking heavy, though. That's why it's so fucking heavy.
Yeah. It's because it's a thick boy, man. That's 2 C's, baby. I'm telling you.
But
That's
that's
so
it.
crazy.
That's the Vortex handle. I mean, the only thing more, I don't even know. I mean, again, other than insides and the blade, I think I'm done. I'm happy with this. Like, I got I got some like battle scars that I put onto it. So I got these like 3 slashes that I put into it, which I thought were kind of cool.
Oh yeah. I love those. I
But
love those. Yep, absolutely.
I made just like some extra little marks, but I mean, otherwise, especially with these being discolored and everything, I think I'm done. I think this is ready to just display, like get like a little display, and I can just display it just like that. And
Dude,
it's pick upable. You can touch it. The handle is actually all glued in and everything, so it's touchable. It's workable. I mean, this thing just comes
why
apart.
do
So
I imagine?
there's no breakable
Why do I
parts.
imagine those like wall stands like that you put like a head on or whatever?
Oh yeah.
You put like one of but like it's just got a little like arms that like hold the blade, and you can like kind of like take it off, and it's set up in a way where it can hold it whether it's closed or it can hold it whether it's open, and it like sits really really well. um that would be clean as fuck. That would be clean as fuck.
Yeah, there we are. I finally did it. It took
I
me
fucking
2
love this
months to
game.
figure out how to build, and this thing weighs like, I'm pretty sure it's about 4.2 pounds or something like that. Um, I weighed it before it was complete, but I don't have my scale in here. It's in the other room. But yeah, I am so stoked. Like, I have my own lightsaber, bro. I built, and it was so cool because it's not just that, because like I don't diminish the ones that are like $20, like the ones that are basically a bolt and a bunch of washers and bolts,
For sure.
and nuts. Totally legit. I almost went that direction, and then my mind was like, no, I want to do all these crazy things. But today, when I was out in the backyard
I'm so glad you ran with it.
oh yeah, and being out in the back with the Dremel kit, like cutting these down, or oh yeah, you can't see them. So like sharpening these with the Dremel, cutting them down, and just doing all of the deburring and everything. I'm just like, I'm actually doing like exactly what the lore would be in in lore. Like, I'm actually crafting this from metal. There was one point that this thing was too big. This inner one was too big, because if you'll notice, like, it has the threads down here. We'll go back to this one. So it has the threads down here. And originally, I mean, Kage remembers that when I originally built this, when this closed, it only closed that much. This much was always exposed.
Yeah.
And that was a problem, is I was going to have to wrap this I was going to have to wrap this. So what I ended up doing was, instead, I just cut this off. This used to be the same threaded side, like the same threaded nipple. So I just cut that nipple off, and then
that's
how I got it to sit flush.
It makes it so much cleaner, and it works so much better. Yeah, no, I fucking love that.
What's up, dude? So you just missed the entire thing. Or were you here for it? We just went through the entire intro, or the entire walkthrough of it. I waited so long. I waited so long.
You probably saw it in the chat. It was like, yo, I gotta go check it out.
Right? I tried to wait for you, Soul. I tried. Oh, okay. Well, if you're there till midnight, I can't do anything. You can see the VOD, but since you're here,
what you like midnight for?
There you go, Soul. If you want to see it in all of its glory, I did all of that, and then I got the helix like I wanted.
Yep. That's so
I don't know if I can show. I don't know if I can show off the coloration on the black bolts, like how they are blue and yellow.
I think it shows up. I think it should. I see the blue. I'm not sure about the yellow.
There's like a little bit.
Yeah, there is some yellow in there. Yeah, I do see it. Yeah.
And then secondary emitter on the bottom. So it's not only just a pummel, but it's supposed to be a secondary emitter. And then the whole bonus feature of it is that it's actually an adjustable one, which would also adjust the blade height. So it's actually a two-handed saber disguised as a one-handed saber with a light knife on the bottom. But yeah, that's what took me 2 months to finally build, and now I can finally work on the one for the giveaway, which is going to be so much more insane. Like, if y'all think this is impressive, the one I'm about to build y'all is going to be so insane.
My man
Absolutely.
goes hard. My
Bro,
man goes hard. No joke.
at least I have an idea of what I'm doing now, though. At least I understand what I'm doing. At least I have a functional understanding of what we can do with this. Um, God, dude,
True.
I
True.
can't even believe I still had this blue, like, just absolute dumb luck that I still had this. And this was a piece of scrap that I had that I was able to cut down just to the right size. I got so lucky. No, that's the one I have to go shop for and build. Now that I'm done with this one, the giveaway saber, the MGS saber,
Yeah,
that's the next one to come. That's the one that we're talking about. But this one took me 2 months to, and 4 trips to Home Depot. And this piece I had to order online. I had to order this coupler online because fucking Home Depot didn't have it. So, but luckily I had all the leather myself, so the leather was mine. And then I had to buy a Dremel.
I was gonna ask you where you got that, but that's fair.
Oh, I've had the scrap leather for ages, so I just found what I could.
Fair enough.
But yeah, oh yeah, and then I don't know if Soul got to see the scratch marks.
Scratches. Actually, I think that's exactly where he came in. Is the scratch marks.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah, the whole thing was to be that whole, like, from a distance, no one would ever think that I would ever use 2 hands with this, right? Like, this does not look like something you would grab with 2 hands. This, you know what I mean? Like, this doesn't look like I would grab it way up here and part of the way down here. Like, this is a one-handed weapon. That's the whole point. One-handed, short blade.
Until it's not.
Until you piss me off, and then it's like, what? And then yeah, Soul actually didn't. I don't know if Soul got to see the fact that I can pull it apart if I pull too hard, but it doesn't go nowhere. Like, this thing is actually properly suited to be a 2-handed weapon.
Suited and booted. Yep.
Nice size, yeah. The only downside is it's fucking heavy. A normal, like, canonically lightsaber is 1 to 2 pounds. I'm gonna go. Actually, you know what? Entertain the folk, Kage. I'm gonna go get the weight real quick, or the scale real quick. I actually want to know how it came out.
Oh, the scale. See how heavy it actually is. Yeah. So when we end up, I think we're gonna do a special stream for the giveaway. So when we do that, I will likely be putting together mine. I'll have created it already, but mine is going to be a lot more the basic one. The one that you see, the one that's just got like a bolt through it. Depending on when we do it, if I have enough inspiration by then, I might try and build both for you guys, because I do like the super basic version, and I would love to like be able to like show you guys what it looks like for me to put that together, like something somewhat simple, so it's not too crazy. But yeah, I have not finished mine yet, so mine is coming. It's gonna look a lot more generic again, unless by the time we end up doing this stream,
Yo,
I've gotten enough inspiration to put together the actual one that I want to. So we'll see.
How much y'all want to guess this weighs?
Is it?
How many pounds do you think this weighs? Everybody in chat, guess how.
When I first looked at it, I thought it was like 6 pounds.
How much do y'all think this weighs?
That was my initial thought process here. Well, no, there's no.
I thought it was 4.2.
Yeah.
I thought it ended at 4.2.
Okay.
Any other guesses in chat? How much the saber weighs? How much did it come out to its final weight?
Is Bono
not including the PVC for its blades.
Sure. Yeah, that's not yet.
No guesses, huh? Nobody wants to take a stab at it. I'm just laughing at how exact the number is, like, because I have this thing that goes to 2 decimals, so I'm like, okay, like, I'm thinking like, okay, 1.2 to 1.3, like, it's like gonna be like 1.24, 1.27, something dumb.
Sure.
Ah, that's backwards. But it's 4 pound, 4.4 pounds exactly.
Oh, wild. 4.4. That's crazy.
4.4 pounds to the T. So
To
yeah,
the
it
dot.
technically I think that in universe this would absolutely be maximum 2 pounds. Like because this is black pipe and steel pipe, this is heavy as fuck. But in universe
Sure.
with proper, ultra. I mean, even if I could have
Give me
someone
some
craft this
vibranium.
out of
What's up?
aircraft aluminum, you know what I
There you
mean?
go.
Like if I could get someone to do this out of
Just
carbon
thought of
steel
it.
and aircraft aluminum or that Mandalorian armor, like basically if I had in universe metals that were lighter weight but still just as durable, this thing would probably cap out at 2 pounds. And I'm happy with that. This thing is fucking dope. And again, just for I would probably have it like displayed like that for the scratches and everything. But like even just having it displayed like that, like on the wall, it's just fucking cool.
Chit
So
chat.
I will take pictures. I will post this on Reddit and see what Reddit thinks. But this is the Vortex Saber, and I am like, I think
Yes,
I'm
bro.
happiest about that. I got my claw. Like the fact that I got my helixical claw is all that I cared about. I really hoped I could get that, and I did.
No, it looks fire. It looks fire. Now I'm curious if you had to. No, I feel like you didn't. I'm curious if you had to bend them while they were in there, or if you could do that and then put them in and then tighten it down.
I bent them when they were in there. Because the thing
Okay.
is the bolt you'd have to screw it down before the bend, otherwise you wouldn't be able to bolt
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. That was
So yeah,
exactly what I thought. Okay.
so for this, I screwed them on, figured out the orientation of everything, and then I um did the grinding first. So I ground these down to tips and then put some cuts in them, and then I bent them down all towards each
Mm,
other. Basically, yeah, you just basically point them at each other. Um, and then
yeah.
I took a torch to the tips, and then just kind of burnt away at them.
That's valid. That's very valid.
God, I can't wait to build the fucking Misfit one, the MGS one
Dude.
for giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be upset giving that one away though. Like once it's all said and done, that one's gonna be so dope. If I can actually pull it off, if I can do the thing that I have planned, um, y'all are gonna be like mind blown.
I'm so curious what that is. I'm just as in the dark as you guys, but I think it's gonna. I knowing how Vortex runs and seeing what you've already produced, like absolutely. That's exactly what I anticipate.
Ugh. All right. Well, what are we doing for the rest of the night? Because that's all I had. I could play with this thing all night. I could just sit here and show this.
That was a fucking sick update. I fucking love that.
So that was my show and tell for the day, everybody.
I was actually I was hoping if they were still around, they might not be. But if especially because Bono's new to our community, if they wanted to inquire about like what we're all about and kind of get like a nice little introduction to Misfit Gamer Studios. But I mean, outside of that, I've got a lot. Well, I mean, I say a lot. Like I'm always, endlessly curious. You know that.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's one of my favorite things is to just, pick and find different things to explore, especially when there's stuff to explore. You know what I mean? Because so one of my kids got me into this game called Avatar, the Blue People Avatar game.
Mhm.
It it's really funny because it reminds me without the gotcha aspect of it. It reminds me a lot of Genshin Impact, and that's the game that I played for a while. And Genshin Impact, it was a lot of fun, but it's just like this really open world. Like there's missions for you to do, but it's like ever expanding and all that kind of stuff. And I love getting to explore worlds like that. Like I think that's why I enjoyed playing that game for so long. Eventually things get repetitive, but like there's
Yeah.
always something new for you to see out there. And I think that, that type of stuff is very, very hard to come by. And one of the biggest reasons why I love High Point so much, because I know, we literally just don't have time for me to explore everything that exists in High Point, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so much of it. Even though theoretically, if we were to sit down for the next 10 years, I could explore every nook and cranny of High Point and like see what's there. And likely just through that exploration, we'd end up fleshing out so much of what that actually looks like.
There'd be more.
But
There would be just as
like
much more now then than there was now.
exactly,
It would just be
exactly,
it would be
exactly.
forever consistent. That's the problem. It would just be,
Hmm.
and that's the whole goal, right? Is like some
Exactly,
people
exactly.
vibe on buying new modules and learning new games. I vibe on figuring out what else is in High Point. You know what I mean? I don't need
Yeah,
another game.
absolutely, absolutely. And it's so cool because I think that's I had to go earlier today and deliver some medicine to one of my friends who'd forgot it at home. But while I was there, they were actually talking about, because I do D&D with their son. There's one of the people that is a part of my groups, and when I interact with him and I'm talking to them about it, like they don't really know exactly what D&D is, but one of the biggest pieces of it is it's like I use it as a way to expand people's like perspective. And she was mentioning to me the idea of I would love to enter into that with my son. Like I would love to play a game of D&D with my son. Whenever she asks her son about it, he's telling her about reading all the books and learning all the rules and all the aspects of it. And I'm like, there's so much more to interacting with it that way than just that. And I think that
Yeah.
finding a way, because like she was like it would be so cool if somebody could facilitate like a family game
Yeah. I've actually
so that
been.
we could like yeah, yeah.
No, no, that sounds like that sounds absolutely awesome. Did you actually like offer up being able to do that for her?
So yes, it's definitely something that I want to like know like what how exactly that would look, because I know what I would do. I would probably set up a couple of like pre-generated characters type stuff, and a very basic way for people to understand, like when I ask you to roll a perception check, here's how you do that according to this sheet, just so they can get used to like what it looks like to participate with a character sheet.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's mostly just the DM guiding you through an experience. And I think that's really all people need sometimes, is to be able to like walk through an experience, to like see what it's like out here in this world, in this place, and to see how they interact with each other, and how they can see things from a new perspective. And so I love that so much. I love that so much. And
Yeah.
you know, I,
I need to do
I
that
think
soon too, because I've been approached a couple times by some people in our friends group that want to like kick something off, but it's come to my attention recently that I was just absolutely open for it, and I was like, hey, yeah, cool, here it is. Showed some things off, and I've just been kind of chilling. But it seems like the interpretation is they are very interested, but I just need to tell them like, hey, it's gonna go down now, like this date, be there, instead of waiting for them. Like what I'm used to is
this
people
is
telling me, hey, I'm free on this date, and I'm just like, cool, like I can DM. Whereas what they need is me to schedule like hey, this is the time I'm going to be open. So what I'm actually thinking about doing is looking at my schedule moving forward, and maybe like the first or second Sunday of like the month, I might just do like an open house for people where they can just show up,
oh,
and I'll just do like
that's cool
an
shit.
initial one where people can build their
Uh-huh.
character and everything, and then I can just start reaching out to people and be like, hey, let me know when you want to come by, and then I'll run your character, or I'll run your campaign, or if everybody wants to get together and run a group campaign, I can do that. But
For sure.
they've brought it up to me, and I know a few of them have, mainly because I'm so laid back and chill. I'm just
For
gonna
sure.
be like, hey, just show up with your phone or your tablet. Like, if you want to bring dice, great, but I'm not gonna expect you to read books. I'm not gonna expect you to do anything. Just
Yeah.
I'm even gonna,
Exactly.
like, if you don't care about
For your
all of the
entry.
mechanics, I'll even dull down and give you my, because me, I built a simplified digital character sheet for people who are just
Yeah.
not savvy at all, but still want to be part of the game. So it's like it's exactly that, right? I want to get back into gaming. I just don't care how at this point. So it's like I just want to make High Point as accessible to my friends as much as I can. Especially since a few of them
Yeah.
have already expressed interest. I just need to make myself available.
Yeah. And I'll say for me, just because the kids are so chaotic, I kind of do the opposite. I'm like, yes, I'm the DM, but I'm gonna force you guys to schedule this because of like if they're not motivated to come participate, like it's not really gonna happen. So
That's fair.
I'm like, hey, when you guys want to play, you tell me when you're available, and then I'll let you know if I could make it, and then we run. And it's worked out so far. They'll text each other. There's a little group chat that everybody's in. They'll be, oh, I want to play. Like, all right, well, I'm available this day. I'm available this day. And I'm like, all right, cool. I can do this one or this one. I'm like, all right, done. And then we roll. So it's definitely it's like that's always been. I think just as somebody in this community of D&D and any of that stuff, like the terrible trope is schedules is what kills campaigns, not dragons. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
yeah. The biggest
it's one of
BBEG
those
is
things where
schedule.
exactly. It's
You were breaking up a
but
lot. I don't know if your internet connection's messed up. Yeah, your video's frozen and your audio is breaking up a lot. We got Robot Kage. Oh wait, you're almost back. You're almost back.
Oh, is it getting there? Is it getting there?
Yeah, we got you back.
All right, I gotta see if there's like a website or something I can go to be like to like monitor my speed. So if it's like going up and down, or if like there's like an extra load on our bandwidth or something like that, I can actually see it happen in IRL. But
Yeah.
whatever's fine.
Figure out exactly
But
what's causing it, or when. At least you can figure out when.
yeah, exactly. Because it's been happening like semi around this time. What was I doing the other day where this was going on? And it was just breaking up on me real hard. I don't know,
I
but
mean,
it was right around this time, like evening.
8 o'clock is usually when a bunch of people, probably in your neighborhood, are going online.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Everybody's streaming something. Everybody's playing some games or whatever. But, anyways, but yeah, it's very interesting. Like, one of my first group of players, she is now in a group of people, and she is so committed to her game that she will like miss tests for school. Now, I told her this is not a good thing. Like, don't do. But like, she will
It's
miss
not a
tests for
good
school.
thing.
She will like be like, "Hey, I'm sick. I can't come into work today," or like whatever, just so that she can stick with the game, just so that she can continue to participate and be consistent in that game. And like honestly, like it's that kind of mentality that like keeps these things alive, right? Again, I'm not saying to like don't go to your job so you can go play D&D. Like that's not like definitely prioritize. Like sometimes D&D is not the most important thing, but
I don't think D&D's ever that important unless you're getting paid. But
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like it's great. It's wonderful, but still, like it's hard. It's really hard to find nowadays, and I would love to, you know, find a time, a group, or whatever that is so in sync that I could play weekly, that I could play, even monthly would be cool. Like yeah, I would like more often, but like still, like it's it's a
yeah,
dream.
I would
Maybe one
absolutely
day.
love to get paid to DM. My biggest thing is it's not even that
Yeah.
I don't think that I'm not good enough. It's not like I don't have enough like confidence in my DMing or in my game. It's just I don't think there's enough people who would truthfully want to pay for the experience I offer. Like you know what I mean? Like I think mine's great. I just don't think that the people that are paying for D&D are looking for the experience I'm gonna offer.
Yeah, it's so funny because like I offer a very different experience, but I feel the exact same way as what you just said. Because like the experience that I want to offer people is more of an exploration of their own minds than it is of my world. I mean, it is my world, and that's how we're interacting. But like, it's so much less about like the mechanics and like how everything works. It's so much more about who you are and what journey you're on.
Yeah.
If you've ever heard people talk about like hard magic systems versus soft magic systems in like fiction, right? And how they apply to like the overall theme of the story, right? A lot of the times, soft magic systems where the rules are kind of wibbly wobbly and you don't really know what's going to happen, those systems are meant for, they're used as like metaphor for what's going on and ways to express or to overcome these things in this fantastical way. But the hard magic systems, a lot of times it's more about the actual world that you're in. And so I definitely feel like both absolutely have their place and they both absolutely have their value. It's just two different ways to look at the same thing, and I think it's super cool to explore both and to be a part of both, because you can do it like you do, where every single one of your characters is alive. Like it is like you are your character. Like I am Dovd. Vixie is Ness. Like when they're out there in this world, they're actually exploring it. They're touching the trees. They're shooting the arrows. They're doing all the things. So I don't know. I love that kind of stuff, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's interesting that you brought up soft magic and hard magic. I've always found those very interesting because it's a little bit like it's I guess it when I've looked into it before, it's like at first I thought it was just so is it just you can like rules as written versus rule for cool, but I guess it's I guess it's more than that too, because I look at hard magic and soft magic now as more of what's to be expected, right? Like it's not so much there has to be a written rule and it will happen that way every single time, but because that's what you expect for a spell, right? If I do fireball should always work the same way. That's one example of hard magic, right? However, a D&D god, or just a god in a TTRPG in general, being able to appear to you in any form that they want, regardless of spell or mechanical writing, is hard magic, because it's still understandable that they'd be able to do that. There's no one confused on their level of power because they came to you in a different form, right? Now, if the god could just say, hey, I can just snap everything everything that you can conceive of out of existence. Well, what kind of magic is that? Like, what do you mean? Right? So I get that soft
what
magic.
Level is it? What is its limits?
Yeah. I look at soft magic as one of those types of magic that it's not that they've never shown you what the peak is. It's just that there's always something more, whether you know about it or not, but it still never gets explained whether you find out about it or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like D&D, or I'm sorry, not D&D. DBZ is a good example of like soft magic in terms of power. Like the shit in that universe is never, there is no expectation outside of there's going to be more power. But what comes with that and how all of those things that accelerated that series was very soft, in the sense that it really didn't follow that clear progression of, it makes sense that this person would now be this strong, or it makes sense that this person kept up with you this whole time, right? Like, so yeah, I like the concepts of hard and soft magic, but I find them, even in themselves, not very well defined.
And I agree. I think for me, it was always like a conceptual idea. Like it's the idea of, hey, am I here for the magic itself, or am I here for what's around the magic? And is the magic a tool, or is the magic the place? I think that's the
Yeah.
best way I could put it. Is a magic a tool to accomplish a goal? And if it is, like, I don't really need to know like exactly what shape the hammer is in. I just need to know it's a hammer and it's going to put the nail where it needs to go.
Right.
But if it's the place, then I need to know where this building is. I need to know what's inside this building. I need to know how many floors this building has, like all of that stuff. So if I'm going to you for this place, for this magic system, for this experience, then having an understanding of what it is valuable. But if I, I am coming to you for this story, like you can have a story without rules. Like you can
Oh,
have
absolutely.
not necessarily without rules, but like you can have a story without like all of those like particular details. You can walk through experiences and all of that stuff. And so how deep you get into those things is absolutely up to you. Like if it makes that much of a difference what size the hammer is, are you is it more about the hammer than it is about the nail or whatever you want to talk, however
Yeah.
you want to talk about it. But yeah,
No, yeah,
it's very interesting. It's very interesting.
yeah, and I think that's it's quite it just comes into question of like how much do you need to know to consider it, I guess, like hard magic, right? Like how much do you need to know before it's considered understood and not wishy-washy?
I would say it's there's a spectrum, right? I think you'll start to see like the more questions you ask about the magic, the closer you're getting to a hard magic system. You know what I mean? Like the more you start inquiring about it, the more you start saying like, well, can it do this? Well, can it do this? Well, can it also do this? Like all of that, you're moving into like the hard magic system sides. If those questions aren't being asked, if it's like, oh, he casts a spell and all the grass in the field turn to flowers. Well, how many feet? How many square inches of the field? No, no. All it's just they're flowers now. You know what I mean? So it's like, is it about like the grandioseness? Oh my
Mm.
gosh! Like he created this beautiful field of flowers just by snapping his fingers. Like he's now shining bright and he looks like an angel. Like these wings popped out of his back. Like all of this stuff is like, can you do that more than once a day? Like how long does it last for? Like how can he fly all the way up to the atmosphere or can he not get that
Yeah.
high? Like how much of that stuff matters? Like when you think about the story and when you think about the need to ask those questions, if there is a need to ask those questions, then you're in the hard side. If there isn't a need to ask those questions, I would
That's actually, yeah, that's
say you're in the soft
that's not a
side.
bad
You know,
way
so
like to think about it, you know. Because like you think about something like Avatar with bending, right? That would be considered like a hard
mhm.
magic system, you know. There's four
Yep,
clear-cut
yep.
avenues to use it. There's a bunch of different, granted how they use it is different, but there's clear-cut understanding of where it comes from and what you can do with it, right? I
Hmm.
get that. Like that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you have Full Metal Alchemist. That's a very hard magic system. It has very clear-cut rules. Everyone
Yep.
understands it. Those questions, whether asked, have answers, right? Someone has gone through the idea of answering those questions. But one that I find very interesting is like then you think about like because I think there's more um there's more hard magic systems that are traditional magic than there are soft traditional magic.
Yes.
Because like I think of
Absolutely.
something like
Absolutely.
again, I brought up the gods thing, right? Like godlike power is very soft, but oftentimes the setting that it's in
Hmm.
can dictate it. Like think about when you think about Neil Gaiman's Sandman, um the whole Sandman
Yes.
series. That's
Yes.
very soft
That's a great
magic.
example. Yep.
That's very very
Hmm.
soft magic.
I would
But
even
the
say something like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is soft magic
Lords
too.
of the Rings is amazingly soft magic. Star Wars is a
Yeah.
type of soft magic because it is this spectrum
Yeah.
that
Sure. Is. Yeah.
doesn't really have clear-cut guidelines on what and who can do things. It's just if you're powerful, you're powerful. So yeah, I love the idea of trying to break it down, but I do believe that there are more hard magic systems that are traditional magic, and the soft systems tend to bleed into things like, well, this thing needs to be able to just do this, so let's just say it has power,
Hmm.
and it will be able to get away
Yep.
with doing things
Exactly.
for the sake of doing things. like Dresden Files.
Mm-hmm.
Actually Dresden Files might be a good example of a soft magic system. Like it's kind of draws the line because like you have so many different types of magic systems, but at the end of the day, even though there are clear rules, the overall complexity of the different variations of magic kind of make it soft because like fairy magic, there's god magic, there's angels, but then there are these other creatures, but then there's like other types of magic users. And then it's just like, it's not just these hard cut rules anymore. It's just like things with power.
And I feel like it's so interesting that like when I think about the Dresden Files, and I don't know nearly as much about them, but it feels to me like the reasons why you're asking those questions are asking those questions. You are asking like, hey, what are the limits of what I can do with a true name? Like, what are the limits of like what these fairies can do to me? Like, what's the limits of like the fire that I can bring down? Like all of these things, like, yes, you're asking these questions, but a lot of the times it almost feels like you're asking them as a part of how do I say it? Like as a part of like the entirety of the story, as a part of like a connection to the people and the world rather than the magic itself. It feels like it has a lot less to do about the magic and more about like what is the relationship with like elves and the Feywild and all of that stuff, and like why do those connections and those places, how do they interact? It feels more like world building than it does magic identifying, if that makes any sense.
No, I agree. I agree. We have a this or that from Hecate. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Hecate wants to know: would you rather have magic or post-singularity technology? Magic, always. 100%.
I don't know exactly how we are defining post-singularity technology. But
I'm assuming none.
I will almost all. You said what?
I was gonna say I think the post singularity is consider the Skynet world, but so consider if Skynet went Star Trek and not Terminator.
Okay.
Not the Star Trek universe, but imagine the Star Trek universe, but Skynet did happen. And instead of killing everybody, Skynet said, instead of making a robot that kills everybody, so instead of making a fuck ton of Arnold Schwarzeneggers and Terminators, Skynet made a fuck ton of datas and said, here, everyone gets a data, go out in the universe. To me, a true, like without all of the bullshit that would come with it, in a positive sense, post singularity would mean that AI has been cracked. It is smarter than us. Sure. It has literally solved everything. We do not have to struggle at all, and we get to live the life that whatever you choose, you can do, but it's purely based on technology. So it is still limited to that technology and what the physics of our world would do. I will choose magic for two reasons. One, more potential and more opportunities, and two, well, they're the same reason actually. Like, I can break physics, and I can go further than any technology. But also, magic just allows me more things, regardless of physics breaking. It just allows me more things I can do than technology could ever make.
So it's very interesting because I also have two reasons for choosing magic, and they're very different. Number one is because I am what I consider a minimalist, and I feel like technology is cumbersome. I always need something outside of myself to accomplish whatever it is that I'm trying to accomplish. When it comes to something like magic, sometimes you require a staff, sometimes you require a book, but for the most part, magic is something that is personal, something that is yours, something that is you. And that kind of bleeds into the second reason why I would choose magic, is because it feels a lot more personal. It feels like, yes, I could do a lot of things, but what I'm going to end up doing with my magic is going to be something that very much is an expression of me, right? And how I choose to do whatever. Like anytime you see any magic user, when you look at Full Metal Alchemist, when you look at Bleach, when you look at, they all end up manifesting, no matter what the power system is, they all end up manifesting their magic in a way that reflects the type of character that they are. And I think that is something that I have a lot of respect for, and I think that makes a lot of sense and really draws me to what I would want in an experience like that, even if they theoretically had the same outcome, you know?
Yeah. Well, and it's like you said, like technically you could try to make the argument that technology could do anything magic could do, but you know, it depends on how reality breaking you want it. Could post singularity teleport me? Probably not. Unless it is beyond theoretically possible to create, establish, and maintain a wormhole, it's not going to teleport me, magic can. So there's things like that I mean where magic can just do more. But on the other, and like you said, it's very personal. But on the other hand, if I want to do a fireball, sure, technology could give me a very lightweight, compact way to carry around a way to shoot fire. But like you said, I have to carry that thing around, and it's going to have to be reloaded. Whereas magic, if worst case, I just have to sleep. Like, even if you gave me a solar powered one, it doesn't matter. Like you could say, well, it's solar powered. It'll take just as long. But at the end of the day, I still have to keep that thing around. Right. Whereas magic, hopefully in that sense would be mine. Now, granted, it comes down to a bunch of limitations on whatever you said, but I look at this as whether or not it's me as a person or the greater world. I would much rather have a world of magic either at my disposal or in a world of magic than have the only access to post singularity technology. Oh, now granted, that's the other thing too. In the real world, if I'm the only person with magic, it definitely comes down to how limited it is. Because if any post singularity technology versus magic, if there's a limit on the magic and not on the post singularity technology, like, you know what I mean? Like, because literally all you need is an LLM from post singularity, and you literally have the smartest thing in the world, like instantly. That really could basically do what everyone else believes it could do. So that's the downside, right? Is like, how much are we talking about? But yeah, in general, when given the choice, I am not that hopeful that technology is the end all be all. Like, realistically, getting to Star Trek will still take thousands of years, or hundreds, if that. It will not be something around the corner. It's not like AI will just suddenly be able to be like, oh, hey, I get it. Let me go build that spaceship. You still need the resources. You still need to manufacture. You still need to get things into space. The technology won't get you there any faster than physics will allow. But magic will let me do a whole bunch of other shit.
I feel like, and this is just personally, even if it was articulated to me that magic was more cumbersome than this technology, and that the way that I would have to learn magic would be like super. I still, and maybe this is just like, I say I would choose this, but I would really go the easy route. I feel like I would prefer the magic route, even if it was less efficient, because it feels so, again, it's something that I'm doing. It's not just like, oh, I now have this ship, or I now have this replicator, I now have this teleporter or transporter, or whatever you want to call it. It's way more of, I get to be this thing. I get to become something new, but it feels like it's much more about me than about the stuff. And I don't know. That just speaks to me a little bit more than, oh, now I can, go to warp 10, or to travel to another. Don't get me wrong, traveling to another planet is cool as fuck. Like, I would love that. I literally for the first time was able to watch. I don't know if you've seen it. What's it called? Project Hail Mary. It was a pretty good movie. It was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. But fortunately, I didn't know a lot about it going in. I feel like that helped a lot. So, anyways, but like, it's one of those things where, like, even if I was able to do all of that stuff, and practically it looks so cool, I would still choose like a world of wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still would choose a world of wonder.
And maybe it's just because I know too much about like physics and all of that. Like, yeah, space travel sounds fun, but again, it's only the technology that I get. So there's no guarantee I'm going to be able to get a faster than light, spaceship. So still, I don't want to spend, like, even if I could get a as fast as light spaceship. To be honest, I would much rather spend 4 years, like you said, learning how to cast Fireball than spending 4 years going to the nearest star system to hope that there might be a planet to land on. And if there isn't, it's 4 years back. Meanwhile, for the 4 years you're on your way back, I'm shooting fucking fireballs for the last 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's one of those things for me is like, there's got to be, you know, it really comes down to those details.
Meanwhile, Hecate is over here riding around in the Death Star, blowing up planets, and then
just randomly throwing away orbits and, you know, chucking meteors
That's
back
so
to
wild.
home. Doesn't
That's
understand.
so wild.
Fine. But yeah, good question. Good question.
I do like that. It gets me thinking, like, what would, or how different would it be? Imagine if you had, like, magic powers, but you lived in a post-singularity world. You're the only one with magic powers, but you live in a post-singularity world, and you don't really get to take advantage of the post-singularity elements of it. All you have is your magic instead. Right?
Depends on what kind of magic, I guess. And that's where it really comes down to, is like, what's magic in the world.
Yes, but like and then like the opposite of like being. You're right. It very much depends on like what magic looks like, what the singularity technology looks like, and all that stuff.
Because like if you know, because let's talk about, you know, because we say post singularity, but you know, whatever that, you know, what, because no real, like, other than Skynet, we don't really have a good representation of like what that future would look like. But so let's say we have Star Trek, right? The utopia future, right? Everything just works. If you were to bring Dresden into that future, that would make sense. He's not going to benefit from any of the major technology because he's going to be stuck on Earth. And he's a magician, and he's like, there's no sense in him getting on a starship. He's not really going to function very well. Like, all of his magic's going to be kind of for naught, right? Except he's probably going to find out when he tries to, you know, go into fairy, that most of the fairy's empty, and what he found out is everyone just got bored of fairy, so they all came over here, and half of them are Klingon, half of them are, you know, Ferengi, and he just realizes that all of the Fae just came into the real world, and they're like, meh, it's better over here. We just went to space. But you know, he would be shit, right? Like it, just that kind of future wouldn't be great. However, you have the other opposite extreme of that. You have Q in Star Trek, which is essentially Star Trek's version of magic.
Yeah. Yes.
And I mean, give me the option, I will be Q any day of the week. Beyond.
Absolutely, you will. Absolutely,
yeah.
You
beyond
will.
flying around that starship, I'll just be Q. I'll just live on every starship. I'll literally just hop into every starship. And
there's
just live
so
there.
many entities that give off that kind of energy, because I don't even think they were Q, but the caretaker at the beginning of Voyager, like they had these like cosmic powers. I could start some shockwave that sends you across the galaxy. Get the heck out of here! Like it's so crazy.
Oh yeah,
so like absolutely, I would go down that route. Absolutely.
Any other questions from chat?
That's so crazy. But no, I like that one. This is maybe nature magic, all elements and combine elements. I mean, I would love to like be like an elemental mage or something like that. Just literally screw with the elements and see what happens.
It'd be super dangerous.
Yeah,
combine a whole bunch of
crazy.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Although, I mean, I was about to say, like, that combination we're talking about is kind of Star Wars, because they're space magicians. You know,
I mean, that legit, they are magicians in space. So there you go. Star Wars is basically a magician.
Yeah. It's the perfect crossover.
Though most of their magic is just boring, because it's either just pushing things over, pulling things towards them, or shooting some lightning. Like, maybe telling people what to do once in a while.
Messing with people's minds.
You know, sometimes.
Minds a little bit.
You know, they can throw a temper tantrum, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy. But no, I like that. I like I like the like walking down these mental paths sometimes. You start asking yourself questions you never asked yourself before, or you never actually thought about before. I I really appreciate being challenged in those ways to be like, hey, what do you think about X? What are your how would you walk down? I genuinely I feel like that's kind of what I do in D&D. Is it's like I'm asking myself, what would I do if I were in that person's situation? I were living that person's life and I came up against this obstacle, right? And
Yeah,
and you got to do the work of asking yourself, how would I think if I lived their life?
exactly.
Right. And like I can only do that so much, right? Because I don't have literally all of their experiences, and I do have my biases from my experiences, but I can do my best to put myself in their shoes, do my best to leave myself out of it as much as I can and put myself in that place. And I think that is a skill that too many humans on this planet do not have. And kind of going back to why I think it would be cool to like set up something for like families and stuff to like experience that is, how often do kids not understand their parents and parents not understand their kids, right? And going down that road, I think that would be super helpful
Yeah.
sometimes.
All right. Well, Hecate wants to throw us another curveball. Gonna go completely off topic here.
Uh-oh.
Left field.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Would you rather? This is a this or that. But which one would you rather have?
Okay.
Would you rather live in a world full of dinosaurs and no
Okay.
guns, only medieval weapons,
What?
or
Ooh.
or live in a world of zombies, such as the World War Z zombies, and the military is gone, but guns do exist, so you can find guns, but the formal military is gone, and all you can hope for is finding guns to protect yourself.
I know this isn't the question, but I would be more okay with both of those situations if the weapons were reversed.
Ah,
Give me guns with dinosaurs and medieval weapons with zombies. Like that's how I feel.
but there's something
I
that
feel
says you
like
can't
I
have
would
medieval
live.
weapons with zombies. Like if it's the regular world, you can just make you'd have the same access.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So
That's actually true.
technically,
That's
yeah.
actually
So
true.
you could
Because
have the same thing with the zombies. I would take the dinosaurs
I
for the following reasons. One, um, depending upon the zombies that you choose, for the most part, like okay, so this is where the weird part comes in, right? Like the true choice I would make is zombies, just because in my opinion we get zombies wrong. I don't think the zombie outbreak would last nearly as long as everyone thinks it would, because
okay.
either we would outlive it, we'd contain it and isolate like we do with nuclear fallout, or it would spread so rapidly that it would take out enough people that the vast majority of the concern of the zombies would die off. Because again, like the idea of a zombie, if it's truly undead, if it's truly like an animated corpse and it's not breathing, those muscles just won't be able to survive very as long as everyone like imagines in the movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like muscles will break down literally if they're continuously
And
worked
I
without any repair. They literally won't. Most zombies wouldn't last more than a few weeks. Like think about how fast bodies decay. Most zombies, truthfully, the zombie apocalypse would be waited out. Now granted, you'd still have the virus. The virus isn't going to go nowhere,
sure.
but the concept of never ending hordes, I don't truly believe exists, depending upon how long you can truly wait it out. Now granted, that's going to be difficult initially, but I do believe that the actual outbreak doesn't last months and years. I think it comes in waves, but I do think they eventually die out pretty quick. And I think the biggest waves die out quickly
Mhm.
because they're the first ones to hit. But I think about it, a zombie trapped, in a house or in a mall or in a tall building or something, like most of these zombies are again, they're gonna walk around and the muscles are gonna atrophy and they're not gonna be moving. And if they do try to move, things are gonna
See,
just like deteriorate and rip, and then they're not gonna be able to stand. Like muscles need to have structure. Like, you know what I mean? If you know enough about the body, you can't just have these deteriorating muscles
and that's
still
the other
hold
thing
up a
for
body
me.
with only electrical signals. Like you need so much
I
more
know,
going
I
on.
know it sounds, I know it sounds dumb, but like when it comes to motivation, and I don't necessarily mean like but it's like, okay, so these zombies, they are being compelled by electrical symbols or nature or instinct or whatever you want to call it, right? But it's to do something, and usually it's to survive. And so the question would be, is what they're doing to whomever helping them to survive, i.e., live longer,
Yeah,
right?
is the
So
eating
say
thing
they're
an
trying to
actual
eat
survival?
brains, right? If I come up to a human and I try to eat your brains, like what is that going to do for me biologically that's going to allow me to continue zombieing for longer, you know?
Right.
So like I would really need to figure out like, is this just I am an infection and I'm just gonna bite you for the purposes of infecting you, and once you're infected and you smell like me, then I've done my job and I don't need to infect you anymore, right? And
Yeah, I mean that part doesn't. I don't
like,
really care about that. I just think that with the way that the human body works, a true, unless the thing
but I
is
do agree with
rewriting
that.
your
I do
mind,
agree with that
and
too.
now granted, if it's just rewriting your mind, if it's like basically kills you mentally, but then takes over your living body, different story, right? Then we can talk
Sure.
about how long it can keep you alive. Because again, then it's like, well, it can't sustain on human flesh. So again, how long is it going to be? It's going to be a couple months, maybe a couple weeks, but again, the body will die without
Mhm.
water, without food. That body will die. And so if its only motivation again in this idea is that it goes after humans, that's fine. But that's also not blood, and human flesh is not sustaining to the human body. It
Yeah,
again,
yeah, yeah.
it will peak, but it will not last forever. So in the reality that I believe, I'll always choose zombies because I don't think it is the absolute worst case scenario that most people think it is. However, in the absolute worst case scenario that people think that it is, I would pretty much always choose the dinosaurs, because when it comes to the zombies in the worlds that we've always seen it in fiction, it's always a no-win situation. Like zombies are always there. It's always the infection ends up winning out. And the idea that unless you're like I yes, I have a gun, but I do not have enough ammo to survive more than an hour. You know what I mean? Like there's no way I am going to survive with a single weapon. Now, granted, the military's gone, that's great, but that's me and everybody else that has to get to a weapon. I have to find a weapon. I have to know how to use the weapon. I have to find the ammunition.
So
In at least in the dinosaur era, we're all on the same page. And
that's
in
an
in a zombie
interesting.
era, I think everyone's going to be man for themselves. At least in the dinosaur era, we're more all likely working together because at least dinosaurs are food. So I'm going to choose the dinosaur
So
era
here's
because
the
we're
other
more likely
thing.
to survive.
When it comes to dinosaurs, here's the other thing. When it comes to dinosaurs, I really think the question needs to be like, do we have our current technology and there's just dinosaurs like Jurassic Park? Or is this like prehistoric times and all we have are, war weapons, right? Because if that was the case, then if it was modern times, then I would say that there's a lot that we could do to like. Now I don't know how realistic this is because obviously we tried it in like Jurassic Park and it didn't really work out. But like domesticating certain dinosaurs, like harnessing like our ability to like use them for I don't know labor, for all kinds of different things. Like I definitely think that there's a place for dinosaurs to just be a part of our daily lives, right? In certain ways, and we would find a way to work with that. I really think we would, even if there were just no guns, right? Because listen, if humans are really good at solving problems. Like we really fucking are, man. We're good at creating problems too. We're really good at solving problems. And when we need to, figure some shit out, like especially when we're united on that front, like protecting ourselves from a predator on this planet that's much more dangerous than us, heck yes. We're gonna figure that shit out. We're absolutely gonna figure that shit out. So, yeah, I agree. I think dinosaurs is the move. I do.
Yeah. Oh, we have another. Oh my god, another one from Hecate. Just burning all the points. So our other question: who'd you rather fight, Freddy Krueger or Jeeper Creeper, or the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers?
You're gonna have to remind me about Jeepers Creepers. I do not remember.
Um, Basically every, I think it's like 23 years, it comes out for 23 days tries to hunt, puts it, and every time it eats something, it puts its body back together. So if it like loses an eye, it has to eat an eye, and then it gets its eye back. Um, it has a couple of
Mm.
movies, but yeah, basically it comes alive, tries to survive, and then goes and hides away. It's some kind of like witch thing, whatever, like the devil witch, something or another.
Sure.
And then there's Freddy Krueger. So the thing is like, who would you rather fight? Well, I mean, technically, the creeper is bound usually by an area, so all you gotta do is get away. If you can get away, you're fine. You also just have to outlast it. Like, it only comes out for like, I think like 1 month. So it's like technically, yeah, it would be a long fight, but then it's gone for like 20 something years. Now Freddy, if you know enough about Freddy, it wouldn't be that difficult. If you're by yourself, it may be more, but if you have enough prep time, I mean, all you have to do is bring him into the real world and then kill him. You know what I mean? Like, if you know how his dreams work, you technically can fight Freddy. But the downside is like fighting Freddy means that he's not going to stop. You know what I mean? Like, Freddy don't need to stop. So unless you take him out, that is a forever battle. Where at least with Jeeper or with Creeper, it's a 1 month battle, and depending on how far away you can get and how well isolated you can get, you might actually be able to just hide away from him. You know, lock yourself away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I'm like, if we're talking about like, hey, I'm gonna fight you, then I imagine, all right, in this corner you have X, Y, and Z, and in this corner you have X, Y, and Z, and you like put them against each other, right? And if you put me in the corner with Freddy Krueger, yeah, I will take a bout. Like, you're in this world, I will beat you up, but like, because the majority of your power is in my dreams. But Jeepers Creepers, if they actually have some supernatural regenerative powers or blah blah blah, whatever, then yeah, that would probably be a harder fight than fighting Freddy Krueger, right? So, but again, if it's one of those situations where it's like, no, this is not like a planned fight where we're gonna bring you guys together. This is, hey, he's just coming to get you, and you have to live.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I feel like I would go the other direction.
Yeah, because the creeper, like there's a whole bunch of ways that you have to kill him. I think he's vulnerable to fire, but again, like I think the only way to, like, you have to dismember him basically completely and don't let him regenerate is the only way to kill him. So that's a lot worse than just grabbing onto some dude, waking up, and then stabbing him a bunch of times. Like, I will be in Kage's Court of the Year. I will beat you up, Freddy.
I will beat you up, Freddy, man. Like, what
does Freddy got? Freddy's biggest thing is he has fear.
Like,
if you don't fear Freddy, you got
bro.
him. His whole deal is making you afraid, and that's what makes him stronger in your dreams. But whether or not you have dream powers, you just gotta just like laugh at him, and then he's nothing. Oh, did we lose you? Your screen froze, and I don't hear you. I think we finally lost him. Arnar. I mean, it's such a great freeze frame, though. Look at that face. He'll be back in a sec. He'll be back. Hang on. I think he will be. Maybe. That is such a perfect freeze. I mean, just keep it there. We'll just keep rolling with the stream. On his tombstone, all right, I'll beat you up, Freddy. Here lies Kage. He beat up Freddy. All right. Any other questions while we wait for Kage? Any other questions from chat? I don't know. He might have to reset stuff. Oh. I think oh, there he is. We got him back. He's moving now.
Goodness gracious, man.
Hear him.
Goodness gracious. Dude, I don't know what's going on in this house, man. I'm gonna have to figure something out. My stream on Twitch disappeared too. Oh, there we go.
It was a very lovely freeze frame of you, though.
What was it? Was I looking like a goober? Jeez.
Hopefully someone clipped it.
Someone clip that. It'll be on the VOD, right?
Yes, it will be.
Just me looking stupid for a good 10 minutes.
Oh, all right. Well, what else do we got, y'all? We're coming to the top of the 2 hours here. Any other questions from chat? It's been a long week.
I mean, Bono's back. I feel like it would be, if you have any questions about us, who we are, what we do, I would love to hear it. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're following us and checking us out. But yeah, we love hanging out. Shoot, it's been what, 3 years?
Yeah, 3.5 years now.
Yeah, dude, it's so wild. So, we're nothing too crazy, but we've been out here for a minute, and I don't know. I really like doing this. It's a vibe.
Yeah, I need to prep the next OSR beta test. Actually, that's what we need to do. We haven't done one of those in 2 weeks.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, I need to get one. We need to do those at least once a month while we're still building it out. I need to get at least.
Okay, that's fair.
Because it's not going to get popular if people don't know about it.
You gotta come play with us.
People need to know about it in order to get hype for it. So yeah, maybe next week we'll do some more OSR beta testing, because I want to get that done. Because once we get some more things figured out, I can then work on fixing up that template and making it look better.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be very cool. I'm so here for that.
Customized.
It's gonna look like MGS stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm really hoping for, is actually get a different color gradient, better font, just better layout. Not stop using whatever bullshit template we're using now. But hey, you know what? Templates work to get you started.
It's a start, man. Absolutely.
Hecate has a question for you.
Going to do spells.
Oh, we have a clips channel in the Discord if you have anything clipped. There's a channel to post them.
There was the section of spells that you gave us.
There's also
that was specifically.
Images.
What's that?
I was telling Banana they can either post a clip in the clips channel, or if it's just an image, they can post it in first images.
But there was a section of your spells that was specifically for one of the classes that you sent me, and then all the rest of the spells were kind of just in there. So likely what I'll do is, because spells are so small and short, if there's not too crazy many of them, I'll probably section them out by level. So it'll be like, hey, these are our first level spells, these are our second level spells, these are all the way up to however many we got. And if I'm correct, once you get up to fourth or fifth, there's less of them, so I might combine level 4 and level 5 or something like that. But it's the spell book of spells, cantrips. It does go all the way up to 9th level. All right, hold on. Let me take a look.
A lot of spells. That's a lot of spells.
That's a lot of spells. Review. Hecate. Where you at, bro? Not that one. Let's see.
Oh, fuck.
Chain Weaver.
It is fucking weak.
School homebrew spells. There we are. All right. Come on now.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Banana.
Okay. Yeah. So I will likely split them up the exact same way that you split them up in your table of contents. We got cantrips, level 1, level 2, all the way up to 7th, unless they overlap, unless you put them in there in certain ways. Because you have a section for vampiric spells, ice spells, fire spells, curse spells, and demon spells. I'll just likely keep them in those sections. So if I come down here for this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't think 10 is too much. I'll look at them and see how much content is in there, but I don't think 10 spells is too much. Like, we go through more than 10 abilities when it comes to a class a lot of the times, or a subclass a lot of the times. So, in a lot of these are, for the most part, kind of straight and to the point. And Vortex and I can experiment with it, see if, hey, this is taking too long, let's do less of these, or I'll provide you what we have, and if it just takes too long for us to get through, we'll just stop in the middle and finish it next time or something like that. So we can figure out how it'll work, but I don't think it should be too bad. Not too bad
Not too bad at all. That sounds exciting though. I'm glad we're going to be getting some more spells. It's been a minute since we've reviewed a spell.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah.
Ooh.
No, I'm always hyped for our stuff.
Hecate, are these demonic spells? Is this a new class of spells? Like, is this a new spell type, or is it just a category that you have? Because we're gonna have fun with the demonic spells.
They also have vampiric spells.
Okay, so like it's like a category, but not like a new not like a new school.
Although it is, so I'm looking at some of them, and it's like Soul Rake, first level necromancy, but then it has demonic next to it, and then it's like Hellmouth Barrage, third level evocation, but it's got demonic next to it. So it's like
apparently demonic spells
like,
don't cost spell slots.
Say that again.
Demonic doesn't cost spell slots. That's what Hecate is saying. Is that's why we're gonna like them. Is they don't cost spell slots. I want to know how that works.
Okay, so yes, there's a little blurb here at the beginning that talks about spell casting. That isn't like just a spell itself. So that'll likely be something that we have to go over first. Let me see. This one we might end up breaking up in two sections, because going over that intro stuff plus all the spells, we'll see how it ends up going. But yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be very interesting. I'm super curious how we're doing this, because there are spell levels all the way up to 9th level spells.
That's
so if
crazy.
we're not using spell slots, then the fuck we doing? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, find out. We will find out.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
All right, y'all. I would love to continue going. I'm exhausted from this week. It has been one hell of a week.
Fair enough.
And I put way more effort into doing this than I expected to. But I want to answer all the questions that y'all have for today. That'll bring us at the top of that'll bring us to the top of the hour, and that'll be about 2 hours, which is fine. For today. Monday we'll have another review as always, and then maybe next Friday I should be able to get the next OSR beta test round set up. So we will do OSR testing next Friday, which I'm excited for.
Cool.
Always excited to see what we can find, what we can break. What's not working, what do I need to fix?
Yes. Yup.
We
Absolutely.
are excited, Hecate. I cannot wait for more. What is what's coming up on Monday? What do we review?
Monday. I'm pretty sure I set it up proper. It is Cart's Skybreaker Vanguard. The Skybreaker Vanguard.
Nice.
I have no idea what that's supposed to be. But it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I mean, flying, obviously. Flying and radiant damage are the only things that come to mind.
We did the Skybreaker Vanguard. We did that one already.
Oh. Didn't you swap one out for Cart? Didn't Cart want one moved up, or was that Hecate?
Yeah. Maybe he just came back up again already. So I think now is the actual time for the Altar of the Hollow Saints.
Okay, so now we're finally getting back to that one, because that's the one that you said, because he had one that he had submitted, but we didn't get to previously.
Yes.
Okay.
So the one that he wanted us to do was the Skybreaker Vanguard. And that's the one I'm just looking in here and I'm like, wait a second, why am I seeing this twice? Like, I got double vision right now. Yeah, it's already in here. That's so crazy.
Wait, so what was the Skybreaker Vanguard? Like, I don't remember that one.
So Skybreaker Vanguard, It was, oh, this is the one where you're like riding around on a griffin and you like are riding like you're like mounted combat but like in the air, right? So you have proficiency in like vehicles and animal handling.
I vaguely remember
You
that.
yeah. You had like scoffers and stuff that you could do, or you could like dive strike. You had
What did we give it?
evasive
What was its
spiral,
score?
wing sweep. I'm pretty sure it got an 8. 8. Yeah, an 8. It got an
Wow.
8.
I don't remember it. Like, I'm drawing such a see. That's how bad of a week it was for me. I am drawing such a blank on
I
this.
will say this one had like the smallest amount of any sort of lore to it at all. There was like not much description. It was
Mm,
just mechanics that we went through, which is fine, which is totally fine. But like I feel like a lot of the time we stick on those elements of what we review to kind of like attach it to, well, at least I do, to attach it to my memory.
yeah.
So that's kind of why again I almost put it in here again, like we needed to review it again, because probably the same as you, I fully forgot. I was like, I don't remember this. Like this doesn't sound familiar, but yeah, absolutely. So
Tried on an off day. All right. So what's the real thing that we're reviewing? What's it called?
it's the altar of the Hollow Spirit, or
Is
the Hollow
this
Saint.
this
Altar of the
is
Hollow Saint.
Warlock?
This is an item.
Oh, it's
This
an
is an
item.
item.
I thought for some reason I thought this like like the
Yes.
Hollowed Spirit was like another like packed patron.
Yeah. I honestly, if it was a not a class, if it was if it was a class or something like that, that's exactly what I would expect it to be. But
I know
yeah,
it's an
very
item. It's a
interesting.
magical item.
Very
Okay.
interesting.
Okay. So if it's a magical item, what's after that? Should we prepare to do two if we only have a because items sometimes go slow, are pretty short. So should we plan on doing two
Mm,
reviews next Monday?
well, I
Well,
can get something else
is there something else small?
shorter prepared, because theoretically Dez is next. And I'm pretty sure we did his last background already, and everything else I have from Dez is subclasses,
Is
and
there
there's a
anything
lot.
just is there anything else that's just small that we could just do on top of that? I mean, we could also I don't know. I mean, we could do some of the
Well,
spells from Hecate.
let's see, because we do have a set of, yeah, let's do this. I've got some spells, but they're actually from Dez, and Dez is supposed to be next
Oh,
anyway,
perfect.
so
Yeah, yeah.
I'll put
We'll
that
just do those
underneath
two.
there just in case.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
perfect. Because that way we can at least, because sometimes with the items and stuff, that only goes like 30, 40 minutes, and I want to at least do a
for
good
sure.
stream. So we'll have a couple items for Monday. So yeah, so join us on Monday, and then we'll do the review for the new item, maybe some new spells from Dez. Other than that, we'll be back on Friday for more OSR. We do need to get a hold of Cart because of the subathon that we did. Cart did win the one-on-one. We just haven't heard from them on
Oh yeah,
what they want to
absolutely.
do. So we do just need to talk to them on whether they
Sure.
want to do it private or on stream and how they want to do that.
Cool, cool.
But yeah, otherwise, that's gonna be it for today. I am fucking exhausted, so I'm just gonna go have some ice cream and then probably go pass out.
Yep.
But this is now done,
Sounds like a
which
plan,
means the giveaway saber blade is now on the table. Now that my blade is done, I will be
It's
getting
next. Yes.
the MGS saber blade ready to go, or at least the handle. I will get that ready to go once I have all the parts, once I've done a dry run, and I know exactly how it's supposed to look and how it's supposed to be. I will be, we'll have all the parts, and then we'll schedule the stream for it. And then essentially, what the idea is that we will be putting it together on stream, and then during the whole stream, y'all can have different ways to get raffle tickets, right? So just watching will get you one like every 10 minutes or something. We'll have some that you can get for the high points. We'll have some if you subscribe or give subscribers. We'll have ways that you can get the raffle tickets for the giveaway. But this is just an example of what we're going to be doing. We're not going to be doing the super basic ones. This is mine, but you are going to get one completely different than this, and not even nearly designed the same way. But this is the level of what we're going to be doing, and the level
That
of
will be
detail
unique.
that you
Yes.
can expect. This is not, not the $20 blades that most people are making. We are going to go all out on these ones. So that giveaway is coming up. and y'all will be able to get your own very customized and handmade lightsaber handles. I can't wait to get the PVC pipe for this and actually see like what it would look like with the blade out.
Dude, yes. Fire.
The fact that I got the collapsible handle, dude, like I'm still psyched that I was able to get that to work.
So clean. It's so clean, dude. I'm here for it.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Banana. It was great to see you again. Sorry this wasn't the most entertaining of streams. I do promise that Fridays are usually better than this. It's just been a very long week for me. I'm just absolutely exhausted and I just got no energy. But next week, we will be loading up with OSR. It's the game that we created and designed and developed. So we are in the midst of beta testing it.
I'm excited for you to see that.
Yeah, it's if you ever played Marvel Rivals, it's basically a top-down TTT or VTT version of Marvel Rivals, and we're trying to get a 3v3 tested so we can make sure all the mechanics work. But
yes, come on.
Yeah, if we can get enough people to do a 3v3, then we'll have it fully tested. But that'll be next Friday. We'll be doing some more game testing. If we can get a 3v3, that would be great because then we can test most of the bugs and actually get it into a final working state to where eventually that will be most likely what we do most Fridays. It'll be reviews on Mondays and OSR on Fridays.
Yep.
But yeah, join us on Monday for a couple reviews. Looks like we're going to get a couple reviews on Monday, and then we'll be back next Friday for some fun and stuff. If I have any free time this weekend, I will be hopping on for some video games. But otherwise, I do appreciate every single one of you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and we will be seeing you here in just a couple days. I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead of you. And yeah, we'll see you on Monday. Cheers.
This is my friends.